Hello everyone, welcome to another FrameTech. In this video I want to explain how to get Katarina's landing smash, which is this stomping attack, into a guaranteed axis ramp, which is this swinging kick attack, as a guaranteed wall combo. This is going to be the highest possible damage you can get in your Katarina wall combos, so it's an important technique to learn for that reason. But much like the previous things we've looked at in FrameTech, when I explored this a little bit closer, I actually found out some pretty interesting things that taught me something about the game, so it's slightly more interesting than you would assume. The first thing I'm going to explain is how damage scaling works in your wall combo. If I just do a normal combo here with Katarina, you'll see that the combo counter above it, it says damage 5 right there, and now it says damage 8 and then 30%. And you're probably aware that in your combos in Tekken, your damage is going to progressively get weaker and weaker as the combo gets longer. And that means that the final hit of the combo should be downscaled the most. That's how it would normally work. But when you do a wall combo, I'm going to do a Katarina combo into a wall combo here, you're going to see that that's not always the case. So if you look at that final hit, it says 15 damage, 60%. So in this case, the final hit that was supposed to be scaled to 30 or 27%, was only scaled to 60%, which means that it did twice as much damage as we would expect. And this happens because when you hit an opponent that's just about to touch the ground in a wall combo, you get this dramatic boost in your damage. And that's why when you see wall combos being performed sometimes, the last hit always surprises you with how much damage it does. A good example is the shoulder smash in Lars's wall combo, the double knee from Brian. And the reason you have to delay the final hit when you use the double knees in Brian's wall combo, it's the exact same thing when you use Moonglide 1-2-1+2 from Elisa. Exact same thing when you do a laser scraper from Devil Jin. You have to delay the final hit because you want it to hit late enough that it gives you that boost in scaling, so that you get more damage. Now, the theory behind the stomp into axis ramp with Katarina is that you want your stomp to hit late enough that it only scales to 60%, but you also want it to hit an opponent who is considered grounded, because it's going to cause this awkward little bounce animation that you can get in this game when you spike a grounded opponent. They're going to sort of bounce up off of the ground, and that's going to give you enough time to get the axis ramp out guaranteed. I'm going to show you what that looks like one time now, so that you can look out for that little bounce. And I'm going to try and hit with my stomp just as Katarina's beautiful ass slides and touches the ground. So you can see that she sort of bounced off the ground there a little bit, and what happened was I did an 81 damage combo, which is already high, but then I tacked on a 20 damage hit, and you can see that scaled to 80% because that's grounded damage. This axis ramp is going to hit and be considered grounded damage. So it's not like you're doing dramatically damaging moves, you're actually manipulating combo damage scaling to make this a 101 damage combo, which is absolutely ridiculous to be able to get in just a normal bread and butter combo from half screen. It's some of the most powerful combo game that we have in Tekken 7, and it's super cool that Katarina has access to it. You might think it's a little bit overblown, but if you're playing her, you're definitely going to want to do it. Now, next I'm going to do a different combo, and I'm going to hit with the stomp too early when my opponent is still plastered to the wall, because what's going to happen then is that they're just going to go straight on the ground and have plenty of time to get back up and block my axis ramp. So we're going to look at that one time here. And you can see that there's no way that's going to give me enough time. And you can also see that the combo, including the stomp, only did 65 damage, which is a lot lower. I did different fillers in the combo, which also made it weaker, but it's much, much weaker than what we were doing before. And so when you're practicing this, you need to make sure that you hit with the stomp right when the opponent's butt is about to touch the ground, and you have to look out for that little bounce off the ground. Now, excuse me, the next thing we need to explain is that there is a way to sometimes get out of this combo, and I've recorded my opponent, the other Katarina, doing the combo here, so I'm going to let him connect with it here, and I'm going to try and show you me actually escaping the guaranteed damage. Okay, it worked out on the first try, so that's pretty cool. But you can side roll this to the right most of the time. It's kind of difficult timing wise. You see, that time I did the exact same thing basically, but I didn't get it to work. So if you're eating this combo and you're going to try and get out of it, try to side roll right and you might get out of it some of the time. But what your opponent can actually do to block you from or to prevent you from doing that side roll is they can do a small sidestep to their left before they do the stomp, and if they do that, it's going to angle the stomp in a way that you're not really going to be able to get out anymore. And so that's the way to make the combo pretty much completely guaranteed. But you can play around with the angles of this combo, and sometimes you're going to get it to work, sometimes you're not going to be able to get out of it. It's kind of finicky, but most of the time if you get the little bounce off the ground, it's going to work perfectly. And the thing I need to show before you wrap this up is that when you're doing normal wall splat combos with the Katarina, if we put the placement back, so I'm going to become the Katarina on the left again, is if I wall splat the other Katarina with a move like this right here, you can see that this is a different kind of wall splat because my opponent is falling forwards. He's not sliding down towards the ground, and he's not going to touch it with his ass, and that means that this combo is no longer an option. It's not going to work, and now I need to go back to my normal sort of standard Katarina wall combo options, which are still very good. The one I recommend is, jab, down forward 1, axis ramp, or you can do down forward 1, Harrier 4. Both work pretty well. But be aware that it needs to be one of those high wall splats when your opponent is sliding for this to work. So for example, if I were to wall splat with an up back 3 here, you can see that he's going to slide, and it's going to have that little delay before the ass touches the ground, which means that in this scenario I can hit with a stomp, cause the bounce, and in some situations, at some angles, get a completely guaranteed axis ramp for completely insane combo damage. So that was a quick explanation of how this works, and I hope it was interesting. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys again very soon.